It only took 4 uses for me to notice a significant difference in my skin using this Topicals Faded Brightening and Clearing Serum. A bunch of the TikTok girls are talking about how amazing this serum is, and I am determined to get rid of the hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and acne / texture that I've been dealing with. So I knew I had to try it. Today, I'm gonna show you all my progress using this serum once a week and exactly how I've been using it to avoid purging. Hey baby loves, welcome back to the Fiesta. If you're new here, my name is Keyshana Dupuy, and if you're not, get loyal. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell down below if you're interested in seeing weekly hair or skin product reviews, tips, tricks, and advice every Sunday. The first thing I want to let y'all know is that this thing is not cheap. This is 1.7 fluid ounces, aka 50 milliliters, for $38 at Sephora. 38, yeah. I generally mean it when I say that I was putting my full trust in the TikTok girlies when it came to this one, because $40 for under 2 fluid ounces. Crazy. But it does last a long time because a little goes a long way, so it balances out in terms of the cost and the size of the product. Not too bad. Let's talk about what it's supposed to do before we talk about what it did for me. It's literally a brightening and clearing serum for uneven skin tone. It does not have synthetic dyes. It has kojic acid, transnemic I can't say the word, acid, melatonin, niacinamide, licorice roots, and azelaic acid. Faded. Fade the look of your most stubborn marks, scars, and spots. This serum is packed with purposeful actives that let you kick back and let your worries fade away. It literally mentions the acids in it and says that it's full of actives, so keep that in mind, and I'm going to bring it back up when we talk about how I use it. What it does: balances, smooths, and brightens. How to use. Use once a week to start and work your way up to daily use. Use sun protection during the day. You better be using sun protection every day during the day anyway. Get your sunscreen, love. That's important. If you're already struggling with hyperpigmentation and dark spots, don't let the sun beat you up even more. Just use the sunscreen. Help yourself out. Very simple in the way that they explain what it's supposed to do. It's literally meant to target the post-acne scars, stubborn dark spots, and hyperpigmentation. That's what we want. I took the directions very seriously when they say when you start to use it once a week. I've seen some pretty bad reactions when people used it daily off the rip, and I was not trying to deal with that. There's some other things I did to avoid the purging, and it actually says this at the bottom, do not use faded with AHAs, BHAs, or retinol. So your chemical exfoliants and retinols, avoid. I do use all 3 of those, meaning a chemical exfoliant, a retinoid, and this faded serum throughout the week. I just make sure to not use them on the same day, which I think a lot of people who were struggling did not do. They ignored those instructions, but also they probably used it way too often. Nah. So this is my first use. My skin was actually doing pretty good. My right cheek is my struggle cheek. The texture, the post-acne scarring, that is just where I get it most and still struggle with it. If I want to see a product working, I look at this cheek because it's always quick to react. One of the biggest comments I've heard about this product is how bad it smells, and my first impression was that it had no smell. Maybe it does have a smell and I'm immune to it because this, I love the little aluminum packaging by the way, but it lets me know that this actually has some stuff in it, okay? It reminds me of ointment, medicine, and I have struggled with chronic eczema for a long time in my life. I used a lot of ointments for my eczema that looked like this and smelled way worse. So maybe I just did not react to the smell. It was actually a lot thinner in consistency than expected when I applied it, and I'm gonna show you in a few. I did put way too much when I first applied. The directions don't mention how much to use, but I didn't need that much. I rubbed it on my face. I had to get down my neck, which you should be doing anyways, but I ended up having to put the rest on my hands because I just put way too much. You don't need that much. It's a thin consistency. A little goes a long way, as I mentioned before. It layered really well with the rest of my routine. I focus a lot on hydrating products, especially when I'm trying a new product. Pack the hydration on, baby. Try to avoid your skin drying out as much as possible. I think that that is what gets you the best results when you're able to mix in products that focus on hyperpigmentation and getting rid of your dark spots, but also hydration, so that you're not drying your skin out. The main thing I noticed off of my first time using it is the glow that it left my face with. I'm gonna show you the consistency and the glow that you will get after using this. And then yeah, hit the morning after. That glow lasted all night, baby. No irritation off of that first use. I was really happy because my skin will tell me right away when it's not happy. So I was glad that I had a really good first impression. Over the next few days too, after using it the first time, I did notice that my texture decreased. I was very, very, very impressed with that. This was the only new thing I incorporated into my routine, so I knew that it had to be due to the Faded Serum. By application 2, I did notice a breakout or two that was making me unhappy, but the glow was glowing and there was still no smell. The morning after application 2, I really noticed how soft my skin was on top of the glow, and a pimple that I had that I definitely picked at because I'm hard-headed, it was not as red and inflamed. The serum actually helped soothe the inflammation that I was dealing with, which was impressive because I thought that I was probably gonna have an even worse reaction since it's full of actives. I was picking at it, I put it on top of it. I didn't know what I was thinking about, but luckily we ended up with an even better result. By application 3 though, the texture was back. My skin was reacting. But like I mentioned before, throughout this entire time incorporating this product into my routine, I do also use a retinoid and a chemical exfoliant throughout the week. So I do feel that by application 3, my face was just trying to regulate itself. Like, okay, we're not using it all together, so there's no reason to overreact, but we are incorporating each of these things into the routine. So long-term use, we're gonna soothe and we're gonna clear up. But for now, I'm not too sure how I feel. That's my skin talking. That's how I felt like it reacted. I was still glowing. I still did not mind the smell. And I felt like my skin was just, you know, taking its time, reacting, filling the product out. So I wasn't mad. Hey, it is what it was. I was glowing. By the 4th application, this is when I knew I was ready to update you guys. Because look at my right cheek. Even the stubborn dark spots were finally getting some reaction. It was clearing up and looking better and glowing, and my skin was soft. Yes, we had breakouts. We had a little bit of texture. It was there. But the dark spots, if you ignore the texture, you can actually see that my skin overall looked brighter and more even toned for sure. That's literally the purpose of the serum, and it was absolutely accomplishing that, especially in this right cheek. Even now, bunch of texture, bunch of acne, but the dark spots that were been so stubborn, such a long time I've been dealing with them. Super, super, super happy with the serum. I cannot wait to continue using it. I do think that after month 2, I will start incorporating another day using the serum, so that would leave my routine with 2 days using the serum, 2 days using my retinol, and 1 day for chemical exfoliant. My biggest tip for those of you who want to use the serum is to just go right ahead and buy this serum as well. Cause baby, this combo is too elite. This is the Good Molecules Discoloration Correcting Serum. The first 2 times I used this serum, I did not use this with it. And then the second 2 times, I made sure that I did. And I feel like, if anything, it helps the mission go faster because they're both focused on evening out my skin tone and improving the appearance of these dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So together, I'm gonna show you exactly how I use these so that you can use them too. Do your double cleansing, do your essences, toners, get all of that out the way. And then you're gonna grab the Good Molecules, shake it up. If you have not seen my video about this already, continue watching this, finish it up, and go straight to my in-depth reviews of this discoloration correcting serum and see how you gotta use this one, because this technique to this as well. It all matters. Okay, so after you apply your essence and toners, go ahead and just get enough of this serum on both sides. Don't let the dropper touch your face because you don't want to contaminate the rest of the product. Oh, this looks pretty, a little drippy. Okay. All right, so then you rub it in. Get it all over your face. Don't forget your neck. Already. And then stop. Pause and appreciate your skin because already you're glowing. It feels super silky on your skin. You're hydrated, you're happy, right? The key here is to let this fully dry. Now that you apply the Good Molecule Serum, you're gonna go in with the Topicals Faded Serum. By the way, it does come with an aluminum seal when you originally get it. You're just gonna take the cap and this little prickly part that it has and stick it in, twist it in, and it'll open the product for you. So don't go poking any extra stuff in, don't stress yourself. Just flip it over, poke it in, and it'll open. Look at how it squeezes out, nice and easy. Be careful, don't just go squeezing because a lot will come out and you don't need a lot. This is how much I recommend that you start with. Everybody face shape different and size different, but start with a pea size. It looks white in the camera, but it has like a slight yellow tint to it. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't have a good smell, but it barely smells like anything. It's not that serious. And just go ahead and apply the dot throughout your face and your neck. But look at how smooth it is. It just glides over the skin and the rest of your product. My biggest tip for this piece is to just make sure that the rest of your products before this part has absorbed into your skin. And then you to take your time and smooth it in. It absorbs so quickly. My favorite thing too is how soft it is. It just has such a velvety, smooth sensation to it. But look, that was in live time and it fully absorbed with no problem. And then left me, do y'all see that little shine? It gives my skin like a firmer, more youthful look to it just from how the product applies. I'm telling you, I have been having the best experience with this product. I have no actual complaints. If you want to avoid purging by the time you're done rubbing it in, I only use this at night, so my next step is a moisturizer. But there you have it. You see the glow that this left me with. I really feel like this serum works. I'm intrigued to see how my skin reacts to it once I start incorporating it twice a week. I will definitely be updating you guys. In terms of texture and acne, I do feel like my skin looks worse than where I started, but in terms of dark spots and hyperpigmentation, even skin tone, I really feel like I'm getting somewhere. Now I feel like my skin just looks brighter and smoother, and I'm really happy with that. I'm making great progress. Moral of the story is it works. Look at how good my skin looks. I'm so happy with it. I'm excited to keep using it. Please let me know if you have any particular questions or advice about this serum. If you have other product suggestions or video requests, go ahead and comment them down below as well, because if your idea is selected, you will get a shout out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon. Ciao.